Doug and PA back with another one. So, guys, I've covered the whole lazy girl job phenomena on my channel. Lazy girls are women who leave high pressure, high stress industries to go to a job where they make less money, but they probably work from home and they can focus on work life balance. Okay. I found this article. It says debunking lazy girl jobs, what women really want at work, and this woman is going to outline the phenomenon and tell us the real reason why there are lazy girl jobs in this current day and age. I'm going to get into this article. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let me preface this article by saying success for men is mandatory, guys. We all know this. If we don't succeed, we don't get status, we don't get money, we don't get laid, or we can be out on the street. Success for women is optional. Okay? Women fought for the right to compete with men in the workplace. And they do it until they don't want to anymore, guys. Women reserve the right to change their minds at any given time. When it comes to work, when it comes to how much the money they contribute to the household, when it comes to most things in society, women feel the right to be able to change their mind at any given time. So take that in mind. It says, what is the lazy girl job trend? Lazy girl jobs are a viral social media trend in which younger generations of women tout switching their job and often their career or industry to find greater work-life balance. The tongue-in-cheek phrase flouts an American work culture that celebrates putting in long hours, acquiescing to high-pressure managers, and pushing personal productivity at the expense of sustainable well-being, both inside and outside of the office. Guys, I'm going to read that one more time. It says, the tongue-in-cheek phrase flouts an American work culture that celebrates putting in long hours, acquiescing to high-pressure managers, and pushing personal productivity at the expense of sustainable well-being, both inside and outside of the office. What does that sound like, guys? It sounds like the journey of a man. That's what that sounds like. Because to be successful, you're going to have to go through a lot of headache. You're going to have to work long hours. You're going to have to deal with people you don't want to deal with. But men, we go to work, we suck it up because we know that there's good, that if you work hard, you're upwardly mobile. You ask for raises, find a mentor, get qualifications, get a good education. You just keep on the grind. You will be successful. Says, unlike the quiet quitting trend of recent years, self-proclaimed lazy girls aren't avoiding work, but rather setting boundaries around their career. This can mean more flexibility, the opportunity to blend and split, fair compensation, and a general anti-hustle way of being. So is this just a girl thing? Yes and no. Working women report persistent burnout at higher rates than men. Gee, is that surprising, guys? Of course it's not. And this gap widened during the cough. In 2020, burnout went up for unemployed women and actually went down for employed men. That doesn't shock me at all. Men, we know we have to work. We know it. We work or we starve. Notably, this gap remains even for employees without school-age children. In 2023, 33% of employed women say they experience burnout very often or always, while 25% of men say the same. Additionally, Gallup finds that a majority of male and female employees say that better personal well-being is very important in their next job. However, women are significantly more likely to say better personal well-being is very important when considering a next job compared with men. Here's one thing about women in the workplace. One of the differences between men and women I've noticed. Women have this weird expectation of being happy at work, guys. How did that happen? Guys, did you, when you turned 16 years old and you got your first job, some of you older guys watching this, it was sooner than that. Did you ever expect to be happy at work? Put in the comments. In fact, have you ever had a job you were happy at? See, Doug and PA, I never entered the workforce expecting to be happy. And personal well-being wasn't even in my top 5, not even my top 10 reasons why I'm working a job in the first place. Men, we value am I being properly compensated for my efforts? Because the most important thing to a man in the workplace is it being a mutually beneficial situation between the man and the organization, and that the man has the means to be able to provide for himself and a family if he so chooses. Whereas the most important thing for a lot of women is happiness at work. Happiness at work is a luxury that most of us don't get. Only a small percentage of us get. So, guys, don't expect to be happy at work. Just don't do it, and you won't be disappointed. It says, to be clear, women and men are looking for the same things at work. No, they're not. And I just told you guys why. Income comes up equally as often for men and women, but women are more likely to report other factors as being very important in addition to pay. It doesn't shock me at all. That doesn't mean that we are in the great resignation, great reshuffling territory. According to BLS numbers, current quit rates, while higher than before the cough cough, are relatively low. Employees see job opportunities, but they are being choosy. But there's another reason for the lazy girl job phenomenon that is worth watching. Women are entering the workforce at historic levels following decades of decline. It's possible that the rise of hybrid and remote work has allowed women to work who otherwise would not. Regardless of the cause, the renaissance of working women will likely redefine what a good job means in the future. And you know what's coming down the pipe, guys? Economic uncertainty and AI. Most of these jobs working from home are in that batch of jobs that can be replaced by artificial intelligence. In fact, I read an article one time that said that 80% of jobs that can be replaced by AI are jobs are industries dominated by women. It says when well-being means something else. Sometimes we think well-being to perks such as greater autonomy or flexibility or lifestyle benefits. But Gallup research finds that unfairness at work, fairness, guys, unmanageable workloads, and unclear communication are primary drivers of burnout. These are also notably the things lazy girls often mention they're trying to escape. And these are ultimately issues management and team leadership, not HR or benefit packages, address. Greater company policies can't fix an unskilled manager. When employees feel powerless to change their workplace, they may turn to working less, quiet quitting, or looking elsewhere to find the balance they need to preserve their well-being. So when women say that work-life balance and personal well-being matters a lot to them, it may be a way of saying, I want a manager who gets me. Women also want a better challenge. There's another thing women say that they want in their job, the opportunity to do what they do best. 62% of women say the prospect of doing what they do best is very important when considering a next job, compared to 52% of men. It says, in other words, rather than looking for lazy girl jobs, most women are seeking work that fits their talents. If your talents are in things that don't make money, that's your problem. And I hate to say this, but a lot of women in the workforce have talents in jobs that don't make a lot of money. That's why less than 10% of science, technology, engineering, and math students are women. Sorry. And it's funny because more women are going into these lazy girl jobs, making it more competitive now. So these lazy girl jobs could turn into the same kind of job that you left if enough women want them. Because surprisingly, this too is about personal well-being. Gallup has found that getting to do what you do best decreases stress and burnout. When you're doing things that you are naturally good at, you're more productive, more energized, and more able to accomplish your work without feeling overburdened. As a result, one of the best things organizations and team leaders can do to improve women's well-being is to enable them to identify their strengths, blah, blah, blah. Guys, what is the equivalent of a lazy girl job for a man? There isn't one. A lot of us guys, there are lots of things we're good at, and We do them in our hobbies, not our jobs, because men will work jobs we hate for years if it gives us the ability, like I said earlier in the video, to be able to provide for our families. But these women want their hobbies as their job. No, it doesn't work that way. Nope, sorry. I'm gonna keep my finger on the pulse of this whole lazy girl job thing as it develops. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.